Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025. I, of course, am Hammer, founder of Originator Success, Grab and Go Social, and Rate Sensei. You can check out those products. They're all there to help you, my mortgage originator brethren, get more business as we head into 2026. So feel free to check those out. Remember, we talk about the market each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. You can join me live. Love having you join me live. If you would like a reminder to join me live, you can sign up for a quick text reminder. I send those out right before I go live, hmmr.io/reminder. Or you can use this cool QR code over here. If you're on your phone right now, take a screenshot, go to your photos, press and hold, and that'll actually load up for you. You can sign up to get those text alerts. Unsubscribe anytime. We don't sell your info or do anything weird with it. Don't worry about it. Also, while you're signing up for stuff, think about signing up for our daily email at www.ratelockadvice.com. Thousands and actually over, I guess I could say tens of thousands of other originators, can't be wrong. Ratelockadvice.com. You can also sign up for our text alerts at www.ratetextalerts.com. Check those out or use the cool QR code that you see on the screen right now. So if you're here this morning, say good morning. If you're watching on the replay, do me a favor, give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Either way, would love to hear from you. Let's go ahead and say hi to the live folks. We've got Mallory Fotiades on. Good morning, Ms. Mallory. How are y'all doing today? How's life in your world? We got Megan Bissell. Good morning. Kyle Mazikas. Good to see you. Nicole Semerad. Deb Dickinson. You know, I could say these names so fast because y'all join me almost every day. Some of you every day, most of you most of the days. And thank you for that. I appreciate you doing that. It's the reason that I do this for free is because y'all show up. You keep showing up. I'll keep doing it. I know I threatened to quit a couple weeks ago, but I was just tired. So Amy Blauser and Angela Walters talked me out of it. So, but anyway, giddy up, Mr. Randy Teakle. And there she is, Angela Walters. Good morning. We got Debbie Richardson here, Yasmin Martin. Good morning. Great to have you here as well. All right, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. Let's get started as everyone else continues rolling in. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. Before we do that, this is a good one. Mr. Ron Siegel just showed up from the West Coast, which he thinks is the best coast. And he said, today is National Package Protection Day. Let me know in the comments, have you ever had a porch thief? Have you ever had a package stolen? Have you ever had a package stolen, say, from the porch? Some of you live in much more suburban areas than I do. I live in the woods, so I have never had a package stolen. Even big stuff, I've never had stolen. So, but again, I do live in the woods. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to brag for a minute because what's the point of having an awesome house if you can't brag? Hold on a minute. Let me show you quick. Today it actually snowed, so I'm going to show you the snow picture today. Here you go. This is where I live. So people don't drive all the way up here to steal your packages. They would, in fact, most of my packages are down here. Let me put some yellow on here. My mailbox is down here. The post office will not. Oh, actually, that's not my house. Okay, so this is my house, right? You guys see my house. My mailbox is all the way, it goes like here, and it wraps around here, and it's right about here. And so my mailbox is down there. You're not even seeing it on the screen. Let me go ahead and anyway, it's down there. Have you ever had a package stolen? Go ahead and tell me. Curious. Let me know if you ever had a package stolen since today is National Package Protection Day. Hello, Vicky McSweeney. Ron said, I think the Amazon driver has the keys here more often than you are. That's funny, man. Randy said, we wore cups back in the day. Cups for what? I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right. Let's get to the good stuff. Let me show you what's going on this morning. So quick recap. Let me make this so you guys could see it a little bit better and bring this up. All right. Oh boy, got to refresh the page now. Here we go. Okay. So here's a quick recap. We'll put this on the 2-day. Yesterday, pricing came out right about here. That's right around 10 a.m. And we saw a nice, steady improvement through the day. Remember, green is good. Green helps your pricing. We ended the day a little bit higher than when pricing came out. That would give us a happy smiley face on the day. In fact, it was enough that a good handful of lenders did reprice better yesterday. If you take a look here on MBS Live, there were quite a few lenders that did reprice better. Let me know in the comments, by the way, did you get a reprice better? Curious. Did you get a reprice better? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. As far as today goes, it's a bit better than yesterday. We did see right here, see this big jump. So this is the jump in overnight trading. All right. So bonds ended the day right here around 101.20. They began this morning around 101.30. They were up about plus 10 basis points to start the day. And that's due to overnight trading. I didn't see any particular driver. Sometimes it's something that happens in overseas markets, but there was something that kind of pushed traders into bonds for the morning. However, you could see that we're actually starting to lose a little bit of ground here, and it's down a bit. Now we're up 8 basis points on the day. What that means is if we came out with pricing yesterday around 101.10. Today we're up around 101.30. So we're up around 20 basis points higher here. And that's a nice big smiley face here because that is going to give you better pricing. If we take a look at Mortgage News Daily, for example, back on Monday, we were right here, 6.31, and improved a little bit yesterday. Reprices would bring that down probably to about 6.28 if we were using Mortgage News Daily today. It would probably be about 6.28. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys aren't getting that all on your... Let me move this over. I got to resize it. There you go. Okay. So yesterday, here it is. We improved to about 6.30. Today, we would be at like 6.28. It's going to be slightly better. What's really important to note, though, is that any moves that we do see are still very small. I mean, we're seeing small moves, but they're not. This isn't like do my loan, don't do my loan, qualify, don't qualify type moves. These are small moves in pricing. We are seeing really stable interest rates right now. Don't take that for granted. So like it says on the screen, bonds had a strong start in overnight trading. If we take a look at headlines this morning, the ADP data came in. ADP data, private employers lost 32,000 jobs. The expectation was that we were going to be at plus 10,000. That's a hard one to read, so let me put it here. Plus 10K. The expectation was that it would come in this morning at plus 10K. Now, it's important to note, especially when it comes to some of these private payroll jobs and ADP, who uses ADP? Large companies, right? As a small company, I don't use ADP. They're just not cost efficient. I can do it through QuickBooks, Quicken Payroll, and it's much more affordable for me to pay my staff. So using ADP, generally you're looking at big companies. The reason that we're seeing a drop in these positions, a lot of these are due to cutbacks because of AI efficiencies. AI is taking jobs. It's an actual thing, and it is happening. I know it's happening because I talk to other business owners, some of whom are much bigger than me. And it's not that they want to get rid of people. The way it was explained to me by one company is that they're cutting staff and incorporating AI to build efficiencies to make the people that are there more effective, more efficient, getting more done. But the goal is to grow and bring more staff on again and grow with that AI use and increase profits, increase the company. But we're seeing a drop in jobs. It's still unemployment, right? It's still there. But we have to factor this in and what this is for. And it's important to realize, I think the Fed is looking at this too. And Ron, you and I should talk about this sometime, but I think the Fed knows you can't cut the Fed funds rate and increase this right off the bat. This is a part of the fourth wave of the Industrial Revolution, where we are seeing automation to the next level with, white collar automation, basically. So But this did not affect mortgage rates this morning. When you take a look at where mortgage-backed securities were, that came out at 10 a.m. I'm sorry, it came out at 8:30 a.m. 8:30, we were at 101.31, and a few minutes later at 101.34. So there is absolutely no, it's right here. There was that minor 1 second worth of trading that dropped and came right back. So ADP data not affecting your pricing this morning. All of the gains that we see were in overnight trading, and that's due to kind of some bigger picture stuff. Today on the calendar, we have ADP data this morning, which did come in weaker, was expected to be plus 10,000, came in minus 32,000. At 10 a.m. Eastern time, we're going to get ISM non-manufacturing data. That's a big one for where the economy is. It could help for mortgage bonds to improve a little bit further, kind of as pricing comes out, or if it comes in stronger than expected and we see bonds sell down, which could happen today. If they sell down, that's going to bring us closer to where we were yesterday. Either way, we won't see them sell down enough to where where you'll see pricing that won't be better. Yesterday's pricing was all the way down here. Even if we see bonds lose ground this morning, they'll still price somewhere up here. So you'll see slightly better pricing than what we saw yesterday. There's almost no way to say that. So, or no way not to see that rather. Reprice risk on the day is low. It's not likely that we have much to worry about with that. As far as the outlook, the Fed outlook right now, the Fed is absolutely expected to cut, and that's what markets are pricing in. They're pricing in almost a 90% expectation of a Fed rate cut, blowing off the idea that the Fed is divided or anything else. Ron points out that the ADP handles a huge percentage of small biz and handle about 20% of private payroll. Yeah, which in the scheme of things, I know that they handle small business, but I'm telling you, dude, I will bet you dollars to donut. 20% of small business is still not a majority, right? I mean, there's a lot of it. For small business. ADP, I used ADP years ago, and then they just got way too expensive. They were definitely, at least back in the day, they were looking for bigger accounts. The market share. Look at you with all these things up at your fingertips. So, according to wherever you got this, but yeah, calling less than 50 million in revenue a small business is kind of funny. I'm talking businesses 1, 2, 3 million, which employ a lot of people. So, anyway, Randy said he locked a few refi loans in the last price dip. Glad for the stability. No whammies and borrower second guessing. Refis provide value, but folks get antsy if rates are still falling. They do, especially. Oh, forgive me, I had to pick some up. Especially when the headlines are slow to the party and make it sound like things are going down and they're already up. Good morning, Brandy Brickler, Bill Stevens. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at with all this stuff. There's really not much of a difference with these things. You said, the cup, like the Stanley Cup. Oh, okay. You thought Hammer playing hockey, I would get it. Got it. I didn't. I wasn't getting it. Totally missed that one. So anyway, my friends, looks like there's really not much else. As far as the next couple of days, you're not going to see much coming out as far as data in the next couple of days. We do have PCE data coming out on Friday. I don't think it's going to make a big difference, but we do have that coming as well. Take a look at the 10-year Treasury, and then we'll wrap up the day. 4.06, nice and tidy. It's well below that 4.10 that we were kind of running into on a regular basis here. Basically, anything between 4 and 4.10 is what we're basically used to. And this is really where the 10-year Treasury is going to hold. Now, as we get into next week's Fed meeting, definitely keep an eye on that. I think that might be a bit of a I think it might be a bit of a downer. I think next week's Fed meeting may not be great for bonds or rate sheets. I think we're going to see a repeat what we've seen in the last couple of months, last couple of meetings, where we've seen things get better heading into the meeting and then they get worse. I think that's what's going to happen, because I don't think markets are going to like, the tone. If for any reason they do not cut rates, that would cause a big jump. We would absolutely see a bad day in bonds. But as of right now, when the market is this sure of a rate cut and there's enough pull behind the scenes, Powell would really have to drag his feet in order to convince enough people that they shouldn't be cutting. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I think we're all right though. But anyway, that's it, my friends. So that's what we got going on. Hope this helps you today. Let me know in the comments, and let's go back and circle around the question of the day. Answer it if you haven't yet. Have you ever had a package stolen? And especially like from the porch. And the reason we're talking about that, Siegel says today is National Package Protection Day. Speaking of packages, I got Costco delivering today. I've got Home Depot delivered yesterday. I got Amazon all the time. I don't leave my house enough. Good morning, Leroy Romero from Arizona. Let's see. I need a full color drone shot. I do have a full color drone shot, my friend. Hold on a minute. Let me show you since you asked me. And the white is actually, this is a winter wonderland, and it is full color. It's just that there's the brown in my house, but everything is white. However, if we go here, this is the full color drone shot of the house and where I'm at, and the smoke in the Smoky Mountains. And then this morning, let me show you what I'm looking at this morning. Hold on, let me take the camera so I don't make you guys dizzy, and let me turn off some of the fancy camera things here. Let's see. So we're going to stop sharing. Let me turn off these things. So here you go with the barn. There is Sophia hanging out and looking out the window, and my view today looking out. I've got a nice snowy thing. What I love about this is it looks beautiful, and then by this afternoon it'll warm up and it'll all be gone. It'll all be gone. And did y'all see my new toy? Let me see if there it is. Can't get a great look at it though with the screen. Hold on. I'll show you my new toy on the pictures. I picked this up on Monday. Driving things back and forth to get up to the barn has been a bit of a bear. I know I sound like a wuss, but that's okay because when I'm moving my tools and stuff. So anyway, I bought this the other day. It's one of those Chinesium Lowe's machines. It's a Rhino clone, a Yamaha Rhino clone, and but I picked it up. The price was right. I didn't want to spend a lot of money, but I wanted something that I could kick up and down the hill. And I'll throw some new tires in the back it needs, and a new windshield, and a couple of other things. And I paid less than $4,000 for it, so I'm okay with that. That's my new toy. I need a name for it though. I got to come up with a name. I don't even have a name for it. It's a Rhino clone. It's an Axis. I could call it the Axis. Maybe I'll call it the Axis. I don't know. I don't want like a name like Jenny. I just want a name like, what do I even call this thing? The side-by-side, the UTV. UTV sounds like UTI. Sean, I get cold chills just looking out that window. That's right, baby. It's cold. Mike Tebow, no packages stolen too far off the road. Bill Stevens, watching Port Pirates revenge videos is hilarious. Yeah, I've seen some of those where they blow things up on people when they're doing that. And that stuff is funny. Powell will speak and prove he should be labeled Scrooge. Siegel doesn't like Powell. Not the Stanley Cup. Well, then what was it? I'm lost. So, all right, my friends, let me wrap it up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day and go get some business. By the way, make sure you save the date. I'll have the sales stuff out there. The price is less than $100. It'll be $67 for early sign up. Is what I always do with this one. So save the date, the planning workshop. Listen, if you want to have a good year next year, you've got to have your stuff dialed in. I can tell you from experience, it sounds easy. We don't do it, and then we fail. You've got to have a vision. You got to know where you're going. You got to have a plan to get there. This vision planning workshop is definitely going to have a lot of strategy and tactics on getting the business. We're going to go deeper on that than I generally do. Want to make sure we get something that we're really incorporating as we roll into the new year and kind of ramp it up. So check that out. It'll be December 30th. And so circle that date and save the date, 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. All right. I'll catch y'all later. Make it a great one. Bye-bye.